So I'm going to do software part 2. I'm using a little trick here, or not a trick, it's a different way of doing things. I wouldn't normally use this to do presentation, but I want you to see what I'm doing. So I'm not using screen capture for this bit. I've actually got my little video camera. And when I just did that last session, I used my zoom here. I'm plugging that in to my desktop. Sorry you can't see that, I probably should zoom out, but the one-man band, you've got to do some things yourself. So I'm just turning that on, I've plugged it in. This is where I'm just going to... Alright, so it's found it on a drive. I'm going to bring that in. So it is my stereo folder number 2, and I'm going to grab that. It's called a Zoom audio file. I'm transferring that into my computer because what I want to do is just run it through a bit of a quality check because I want to show you a particular program. Alright, that's now in my computer. I'm going to switch back over to screen capture just to show you the rest of the process. Actually, I won't swap over just yet. I want to show you something about my Screencastify here. Screen-o-matic. So that's the Screencast-o-matic. I nearly got it right. It comes up like that. I use the free recorder. It comes up with these preferences. Screen, the webcam, so screen just catches what's on my screen. The webcam just captures me. The both does both. I'm going to do both just to show you what that looks like on this video. There's a maximum time, obviously I told you with the free version, 15 minutes, it's okay, it's enough for me. I'm doing full screen, but you could change it, and then you could change it to any function you want. It's any size you want. So that one there, for example, that fits perfect when you've got a PowerPoint up on your screen. And you can sort of move it wherever you want. I want that at full screen. It's also interesting if you're using dual screen, you need to pick which screen you're going to use. At the moment I've got the narration off, that's the recorder off, because I'm actually going to record it over it using the Zoom machine. That's really interesting. I'll show you a little trick when I turn it on in a minute. And then you've got your computer audio. I don't need that on at all for the purposes of what I'm doing. So, and then you just hit record and off you go. If you do stuff up, for example, I'll hit record, it does this 3, 2, 1 count. That 3, 2, 1 count's really interesting because I'll sync with my Zoom at the same time, so I'll hit that record button at the same time as my Zoom audio recorder. And then with my loading screens, my title screens through my software package, it equals exactly 3 seconds, and that way I know the audio will sync perfectly with what I'm doing on the desktop. That's a little trick that I'll show you how that pans out for me. If you've started recording, it doesn't work for you, you can obviously, you go done, and then I can redo it. Yes, redo it, or no, I don't want to redo it. And you can save it to different, you could upload it straight to YouTube if you wanted to, but I'm not going to do that. Alright, let's cancel that. So I'm going to do the same thing, but this time you're going to see me on the other side of what I just took you through with my Screencast-o-matic. Alright, I'll hit the go button down here. You can see it's going. I've clicked my recorder of audio at the same time. Now I'm going to open up my movie editor suite. So I said you could use anything you like. I'm going to show you why I like this one because it's pretty simple for me, especially I'm sort of rushing through this process because I want to get it done. Okay, we're going to call this one software, I'll give it a number, software number 1. Okay, you can change them later, it doesn't really matter, but it does help to keep a track of what you're doing. So I'm going to add a project from the PC. So I want to go to my desktop and I'm looking for the one that says software. So that's the screen capture I did showing you around the software. Just going to drag that in there. First thing I'm going to do then is add a title card. And I go to my text button and I go video. I think I'm up to number 8. 8. I nearly got that right. Software, teachers. I could call it facilitators, but I'll leave it as teachers. Oh, my typing's really bad today. Apologies. I go down, as I had for all of them, tips and tricks series in brackets, and I've been using the poetry setting. You see that? Well done. And I go to my background, and I've been picking that color, which is good. Alright, so you can see there, this is how it works. I just click the start button. Alright, you can add a whole bunch of stuff in there, which I like. The one I use the most is the trim and the text, and you saw it earlier, that one I had with the text in it as well. Alright, I'm going to add now, because it doesn't have any sound. Did you hear that? No, you didn't, because there was no sound. I've actually got that other file that I saved, but it's not necessarily finished. So before I add that, I'm going to go over to this thing called Audacity. Now, Adobe has these all in different arrangements, but I use Audacity. It's another free one. Every product just about I'm showing you here is free. I think just about everyone is, so if I've missed one, I apologise, but it's the way I need to operate to make this work for everyone else. So I'm going to import the audio. I'm going to go and find my Zoom one. I open that. So this is going to be able to edit my audio. I'm going to just enlarge that a bit. I'm going to take out that little clicky bit there, and we're going to push play. Alright, let's have a look at this software. So that's if I look down here, that's actually 7 seconds. So I'm not sure if I paused a bit when I actually added that on before. Okay. I'm going to assume that time is good to go with the audio, sorry, the video that I've got without having to amend it. So I'm going to just turn that up a bit too. So I give it more volume. Okay, that seems okay. Now I go to the end. Just trim the end off. Okay, don't need that last bit. Let's just chop him off. Look, I'm not going to go through how to use Audacity because you might be using some other product, but I do recommend it as an audio function tool. It's not that hard to use once you get used to it. So now I'm exporting it. I actually did a whole software audio. I'm going to call it 1 because I've got another one coming in a minute, so I'm going to save that. Don't have to put any details in. That's going to save it now. I actually, what I was saying, I did an online Adelaide X course once on audio and video production, or sorry, more audio production, and they were using Audacity, and I learned a whole heaps, and it wasn't that hard actually, and it was a free one, free course. There you go, free again. Alright, don't need to save that. Let's go back to our video project. So we can now load through this custom audio that goes with that. You know, it's not there, it's in here. Software audio 1. Open that up. That's now done. Let's have a listen now and see if that lines up. Alright, let's have a look at the software. And I'm doing two things at once. There you go. I'm doing an audio recording separate. So when I said overdub in one of my other ones, it's where I use one of my Zoom recorders and not the microphone. So there you go. And you want to look at it. The only problem with the free is I get this branding watermark in there, but I can live with that. I hope you can too. Otherwise, well, I made a mistake. So there you go. Just check the end to make sure it trimmed off okay. I could have trimmed it if I needed to, but I don't. So, and then I just hit finish video. Yep, I want really high quality, and that's why I said I'm not using the Movie Maker version, because this one is actually giving me some really good quality. I'm really liking it. Right, and that just exports. I don't have to sit through this with you. Okay, there you are. That's software for teachers part B.